Alex Hormozi didn't just change how we think about business, he flipped the entire world of content creation on its head. With nothing more than a tank top, a whiteboard, some muscles, and a no-nonsense approach to delivering value, he managed to do something no one thought possible. He made cinematic filmmaking irrelevant for growing a brand. But here's a twist. While he ruined the old ways of creating content, he opened up the door to something so much bigger. Something that not only reshaped how businesses market themselves, but has also made video and social media a non-negotiable for anyone trying to stay relevant. So how did he do it? Why did it work? And what does it mean for creators and business owners and filmmakers today? Well, I, for one, was able to grow my video agency to over $20,000 a month. Let's break it all down. Let's rewind a little bit and go back a few years. Social media was already a big deal, but it was dominated by flashy, cinematic content. If you wanted to stand out, you needed high production value, the best cameras, the perfect lighting, and videos kind of felt like mini movies. Now, for some people like me who love the craft of filmmaking, it was amazing, but it was exhausting. Every project felt like it needed to be better than the last, bigger, more polished, but here's the problem. That type of content doesn't scale. It's expensive, it's time consuming, and honestly, it doesn't always work. And then Alex Hormozi shows up. No expensive gear, no cinematic vibes, just him in a tank top sitting in front of a whiteboard or his webcam, dropping knowledge bombs about business, sales, and marketing. And honestly, at first I thought, what is this guy doing? That's the opposite of what content should look like, but I noticed something. The views, the engagement, the impact. Hormozi wasn't just breaking the rules, he was rewriting them. For those of you who only have seen Alex on social media and don't know his backstory, he didn't start as a content creator. He was a gym owner, he scaled his gyms and turned that success into a licensing business and eventually sold his companies for tens of millions of dollars, and he has like a $100 million plus net worth right now. So why did he turn to social media? Because he understood something that most of us didn't. Attention is the most valuable currency in today's world. And how do you get attention? Not by showing off, but solving problems. When Alex started posting, his content wasn't about looking good, it was about helping people. It was raw, it was unfiltered, and it was direct. And it worked because he focused on what mattered most, which was delivering value. His rise was almost overnight. He went from a relatively unknown business owner to one of the most influential figures on social media. Why? Because his content was different. He wasn't trying to impress people, he was trying to help them. And honestly, watching his rise kind of forced me to reflect on my own approach. I was still stuck in the old mindset of every video had to look perfect. I had to use the best gear, I had to have the best lighting, and I still focus on that stuff. But Alex's content made me realize I was focusing on the wrong thing. It wasn't about the look of the content always, it was about the value and messaging. So I decided to take a little bit of a risk. I started creating videos with a focus on utility and not necessarily aesthetics. Instead of spending weeks, crafting cinematic masterpieces, I spent hours making quick, actionable videos that answered questions my audience had. I shared tips, I broke down strategies, and gave away insights that I learned from running my own business. But we should probably talk about what I call the Hormozification of short-form content. The rise of attention-grabbing, high-value, talking head videos that dominate social media feeds today. If you've scrolled through TikTok, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts lately, you've seen it. A person staring straight in the camera, dropping knowledge bombs in under 60 seconds, and making you feel like you're getting an MBA in record time. Now, this format is everywhere, and Alex Hormozi is one of the pioneers who made it mainstream. He cracked the code for short-form content by simplifying everything down to the essentials. A powerful hook, massive value delivery, and a clean, distraction-free aesthetic. No fluff, no gimmicks, just pure substance designed to stop the scroll and keep you watching. Now think about his videos. They start with a bold statement, something like, here's why your business isn't growing, or you're losing money if you're not doing this. That's the hook. And before you can even blink, he's deep into breaking down actionable advice into bite-sized chunks that make you want to grab your notepad. And this approach works because it speaks directly to what audiences want in today's fast-paced digital world. A lot of people aren't scrolling just to be entertained anymore. They're scrolling to be educated, inspired, and moved to take action. Hormozi understood that attention is the currency and short-form content is the marketplace. But here's a kicker. The Hormozification of content didn't just change what we watched, it changed what businesses needed to create. If you're not producing this kind of short, impactful content, you're not even in the game anymore. It's not enough to have a beautifully shot cinematic brand video sitting on your homepage. Your audience needs to see you daily on their feeds, delivering value and building trust one reel at a time. Another interesting part of Alex Hormozi's rise is how his editing style has evolved. Early on, his videos were pretty bare bones, basic cuts, simple framing, and minimal effects. But as his content grew in popularity, his team dialed things up a bit, adding fast-paced captions, sound effects, zooms, and snappy transitions. These elements brought his videos into the realm of hi-fi production designed to grab attention and keep viewers locked in. But if you've been paying attention, he's always fluctuated between this polished, highly edited approach and a more stripped down raw style. One week you'll see a video that looks like it was crafted in a professional studio with all his whiz bangs and editing, and the next is just Alex sitting at a desk talking directly to the camera. And that fluctuation isn't by accident, it's strategic. It reinforces his brand as someone who's focused on substance over style while still leveraging editing to amplify his message when it serves the content. And honestly, it's kind of like a masterclass in knowing your audience and keeping them engaged. You know, whether it's a hi-fi edit or a simple one-take video, the focus always stays on delivering value, and that's what keeps people coming back for more. Now, the downside to this shift is that creating consistent, high-quality short-form content is exhausting. As a business owner or creator, it's hard enough to find the time to make one great video, let alone dozens of them every month. And here's the reality, the bar for quality is higher than ever. The lighting, the sound, the pacing, the messaging, the editing, it all has to be on point or people will swipe past in half a second. And with this giant shift in needing high quality, consistent content, it just added another problem to the life of business owners. Now they had the extra pressure to focus on content on top of everything else. And that's where we come in. We help them make content creation as easy and effective as possible, and they pay us for it. And here's the thing about Alex, is he didn't just make this shift for himself, he kind of made it for everybody. I mean, just look around at social media today. The most successful creators aren't spending weeks on one video, they're posting consistently, sharing bite-sized pieces of value that keep their audience coming back for more. From fitness coaches to real estate to med spas, people are realizing that consistent value-driven content builds trust faster than any cinematic video ever could. But there's a deeper lesson here. Alex didn't just teach us how to create content, he taught us why. It's not about us, it's about the audience. When you focus on solving problems and answering questions and making your audience's life easier, you win every time. Now, I do want to be clear, I love filmmaking. I still appreciate the craft, the artistry, the power of a well-shot video, and I still strive to make every video look and sound as good as possible, but I make sure it doesn't slow me down. I've learned that filmmaking doesn't always mean having to perfect every frame. Sometimes the most impactful thing you can do is hit record, share your knowledge, and let the content speak for itself. Alex ruined the old way of thinking, and honestly, good. Because the old way wasn't serving us, it was holding us back. He made it okay to prioritize substance over style, to focus on the message instead of the medium, and because of that shift, I was able to grow my business in ways I never thought possible. The truth is, Alex Hormozi didn't ruin filmmaking, he redefined it. And he showed us that content doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. It doesn't need to look good to work, what it needs is purpose. Quick note, the better it looks, the better it will perform, in my humble opinion. But for years, I was chasing the wrong goals. I was trying to impress people with the visuals instead of connecting them through value. But Alex's example kind of made me rethink everything, and that change not only transformed my content, it transformed my business. One of the most revolutionary things that Alex Hormozi did wasn't just about how he made content, it was the frameworks he introduced for approaching business itself. His content wasn't just noise, it was an education. For every post, every video, every thread had one thing in common. It followed a system. He boiled down complex ideas into simple, repeatable structures. Instead of focusing on creating viral content, Hormozi focused on solving real problems and doing it consistently. He normalized the idea of delivering value first and selling later, which turned his audience into loyal followers and eventually into customers. His book, $100 Million Offers, took that same systems-based thinking and applied it to creating offers that people just can't say no to. It's not about just making content, it's about creating solutions so compelling that people feel stupid saying no. This book is a goldmine. Hormozi breaks down exactly what makes an offer irresistible, and it's not just about lowering prices or throwing in freebies. It's about stacking value in a way that makes your services undeniable. For example, he talks about understanding your audience so deeply that you can anticipate their objections before they even say them. If someone hesitates to invest in video content because it's too expensive, the solution isn't to lower your prices, it's to show them how the content will generate them more revenue, solve their problems, or grow their brand. Alex also emphasizes de-risking your offer. How can you make your clients feel more confident that hiring you isn't just a cost, it's an investment? For us videographers, this could mean offering conditional guarantees, delivering a set number of leads from a video campaign, or adding extra value like consulting on their video strategy. And guarantees are really hard in our business, I totally get that. But a conditional guarantee is something where it's like, if you don't get the result you're looking for in this amount of time, we'll work with you until you do. That way, you lose no money and they gain confidence. By using this framework, I completely revamped my own business. I stopped selling video production as a standalone service and started selling solutions. Instead of pitching, I'll create cool looking, dope videos for you, I started pitching, I'll help you build a content library that drives leads, builds trust, and helps you stay relevant. Now, the result of that was people weren't just interested in working with me, they were excited to work with me because they knew that I knew how to solve their problems and they could see a return on investment. And here's the thing, this isn't just a theory, it works. Because of the shift, I've been able to grow my business to over $20,000 a month consistently. By applying the frameworks from Hormozi's content and $100 million offers, I started thinking about my services not just as a creative outlet, but a solution to a business problem. And honestly, isn't that what we should be aiming for? We're not just making videos, we're building brands, we're driving results, and creating a lasting impact for our clients. And by the way, if you're a videographer or creator looking to level up your business and tap into strategies like these, check the link in the description or shoot me a DM on Instagram. Let's chat about how I can help grow your video business. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I have more content like this coming your way. So if you're a videographer or a creator, I want you to think about this. Are you just offering a service or are you offering a solution? Are you giving your clients something they need or something they can't live without? Alex Hormozi gave us the blueprint to think bigger, not just about content, but about our entire approach to business. And when you start applying these frameworks, you're not just making better offers, you're creating a better future for yourself and your clients. So yeah, I'm glad Alex Hormozi ruined filmmaking. He forced me and so many others to get out of our own way, to stop obsessing over perfection and the constant feeling of needing more gear and start focusing on impact. If you're someone who's holding back because you don't have the right gear, the right skills, or the right setup, let this be your permission to just start. Start messy, start simple, and start by helping people because that's all it takes. Now, let me ask you, what's one piece of advice or insight that you can share with your audience today? What's one way you can provide value, even if it's not perfect? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear it. And if anything in this video resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around for more content like this. Remember, perfection isn't the goal, connection is. Now, let's go make something impactful.